Don't you ever say I just walked away, I will always want you.
Today, we are joined by a future breakout star, a former APWA World Ladies Champion, Ray Lyn. So Ray, would you like to tell us how did professional wrestling gain your interest?
I wasn't like a lifelong fan like a lot of people were. I did watch a lot of wrestling whenever I was a kid with my cousins. I am the only girl in my family. But I lost interest around middle school, high school age. But when I turned 18 or 19, I was working at a local sports bar. And the guys would come in on Monday night and they'd make me put on Raw. And I was like, God, why do I have to watch this? But over time, I found myself watching TV way more than taking care of them. And I was instantly hooked. My friend Will, I blame it on him. He's my manager now at another restaurant I work at. It's his fault. He got me into wrestling again as an adult. And I just remember I kept watching and I had a persona and I had a character and I would do it while I was bartending. So it just kind of grew from there. I really enjoyed it and I was like, well, why am I not doing this? So I want to say in 2013 of October, my father passed away. And I realized that life was very short. And if you have goals and if you have things you want to do, you just need to do them because you don't know how much time you have.
Your very first match was a mixed tag team. Please share with us how you felt when you performed in front of a crowd for the very first time.
My first match, I was so scared. I thought I was going to die before I walked out of the curtain, honestly. Everyone says, oh, you're going to, you'll be fine once you get out there, and they were right. Like, as soon as I walked out the curtain, everything just felt so natural after that. Being that I'm not from Louisville, Kentucky, a group of my friends and my family hopped in a car and drove down. The people of that city are so welcoming. Everyone from work came. I would say I probably had 40 people there to see me for my first match. I do remember this. I got brand new gear made for my debut, and I left it at home. So I didn't wear my gear on my first match.
What are your thoughts on mixed tag team matches since that was your first match?
I love mixed tag matches. Me and my husband Dylan, we do a lot of mixed tag together still. We really enjoy working together. It's a different dynamic. I mean, some people like strawberry ice cream, some people like vanilla, some people like chocolate. So I feel like wrestling is a good collaboration of that. You have all different styles and it's just anything to entertain people, really.
Absolutely. Yeah. So do you think they're more fun than singles action?
I do like tagging a lot, but I find myself doing a lot more singles matches. I do have a lot of tags coming up here soon, and it just depends on who you're working with, if you have chemistry with that person or not. Obviously, me and Dylan have a lot of chemistry, so we have a lot of fun together. Sometimes you get thrown into a match to tag with someone, and you don't know them at all, so there's not a lot of chemistry there.
Absolutely. So what about the crowd, the audience? What do you find more comfortable, performing in front of a smaller audience or a larger crowd?
Larger crowd. It's awkward whenever you're performing in front of like 5 people and they're all just like sitting staring at you and it's quiet.
Yes.
But in a larger crowd and you can hear the noise and you can hear the people and you can feel the vibes. And I'm a person that runs off other people's energies. And if it's a low energy crowd, it kind of kills my vibe. But if the people are hyped and they're excited and they're ready to be there, I'm ready to go. I mean, even for those lower energy crowds, I have so much. I come out hard, but it's harder to get into it.
So within just 4 or 5 years of your career, you have done it all, like from performing in front of a crowd of just hundreds to that of over 12,000. You know what I'm getting there. You wrestled Nia Jax on Raw in the January of 2017. So tell us a little bit about your experience.
I showed up that day just expecting to do extra work, and within 10 minutes, they were like, hey, go get your physical. You're wrestling Nia tonight. I'm like, what? Not really expected, but I was so excited. It was really an honor. It's something people want to do, and it's really awesome, and I really hope that there's more to come with me in WWE someday.
I'm sure the fans want it. And now when we talk about your in-ring action, the first thing that comes to my mind is your signature move that is called the Wrecking Ball. And you are also known as the Miley Cyrus of professional wrestling. So I'm very curious to know what is the story behind this.
So it's kind of funny. When I started wrestling, a lot of people don't know that I had only been training for a few months. I would say 4 or 5. So I was very limited on experience and knowledge in the ring. So it was right after Miley Cyrus worked on Robin's Sick at the VMAs. And I remember Lady Tapa was just starting as well. And she was big and she was a beast. And so she was standing in the middle of the ring, and I went up and just started twerking on her like Miley Cyrus did to Robin's Sick, and she laid me out. So that was one of my first matches as well. Like, I just twerked on her, and then everyone just thought it was so funny. It kind of just stuck. I call myself the Miley Cyrus of professional wrestling anymore. I'm trying to move on, but that'll always be a part of who I am.
Are you a fan of Miley Cyrus?
I am. She has some good stuff. I dig it. It's fun. Not so much anymore. I don't really know what she's doing. She's not even on The Voice anymore. So.
Yeah. Did you want to hit the wrecking ball on Nia Jax?
Oh, of course, I wanted to get some of my stuff in, you know?
All right, so let me ask you this because a lot of people want to know about it. When you are working as a talent enhancer in the WWE, what kind of a treatment do you enjoy backstage? And do you get to share the locker room with the roster?
So I guess you would have to go train for wrestling and get called up to figure out what that was about.
I see. Seems very confidential. In the past, you have participated in matches like the Beach Bunny Bikini Battle Royal and the Loser Leaves Twerk matches. In the era of Women's Revolution, what are your thoughts on such match types?
So the Bikini Battle Royal was very, very early in my career. I want to say maybe match 3 or 4. I don't think I would participate at this point in time. I'm not saying that it's degrading towards women, but it's not really what I would want to do. If someone else wants to do that match, I don't knock them for wanting to do it, but I'm trying to be more than just an object. I'm a female wrestler. I feel like I should be treated just like the men. The Loser Leaves Twerktown match was actually just a regular match, other than me and Heather Monroe are both blonde, goofy, and we like to shake our butts.
Yes.
So it was so between us that, oh, Loser can't twerk anymore. So, I had to beat her so I could keep my title as twerk queen.
I see. So you were happy to see matches like Kitty Battle Royal slowly vanishing from the industry.
Yeah, I am. Because like I said, we're much more than that. We're athletes.
Absolutely.
We
Yes.
work hard on what we do, and we train just as hard as the guys. And I sometimes think we have to train harder to prove ourselves, to be equal.
Absolutely.
So, and then to be put into a bathing suit or a bra and panties or to be wrestling in Jello, where does that really put us?
So have you ever done any intergender matches before?
Yes, I've done quite a few intergender matches. I wrestled my old roommate, Pretty Peter Avalon. He is such a talent. He's so amazing. He should be way more. Everyone should be booking him. He's just awesome. So I do get thrown into intergender quite a bit. I feel with my size, it's a little harder to do intergender, because I am smaller, but I do put up a fight.
So former WWE Superstar James Ellsworth is now in the indie circuit, and he is going for intergender matches, and he even has his own intergender championship belt. Would you like to challenge James Ellsworth for the title?
Of course I would challenge James Ellsworth. It'd be so fun.
So James Ellsworth better beware. There you go. You and your partner, Dylan, you both currently work in the independent circuit. So where do you see yourself in the near future?
I set goals and I hope to achieve these goals. I'd like to travel more different countries is my goal. I'd like to go to different countries. As for Dylan, he'd really like to be signed to WWE or NXT. He just recently had a tryout. I want to say it was in February. So we're hoping for the best with that. But I feel like everyone has different goals as to where they're going in wrestling. And right now, mine is just to travel and get more experience. I love indie wrestling. And I love that I have the freedom to do what I want with my character. I have the freedom to go where I want to go. I have the freedom to wrestle who I want to wrestle. Guy, girl, I wrestle little people sometimes. I love doing that too. So it's just, I really like the freedom I have right now.
So who's your favorite WWE superstar?
I love Asuka. She's such a badass.
Okay.
Love her.
And is she your dream opponent?
She would be a dream opponent. She's just she's so good. And if you're in the industry, I feel like she's the woman that you want to look up to. She's the woman you want to wrestle. She's the woman you want to learn from.
And what about Ronda Rousey?
Oh, Ronda.
Do you think she's going to be successful in the professional wrestling industry?
I think so. I mean, she did so well in UFC, and she's very beautiful, and people really get behind her. So
That's true. That's true. And do you have any advice for the aspiring wrestlers?
if you want to be a wrestler, you need to follow your dreams, but you need to do so, and you need to be safe about it. You need to find a good school to train at. You want to make sure you find someone that's going to train you that has been places and can help you get to different places. You want to be safe, and mostly just don't let anyone tell you you can't. If you have a goal for yourself, you just need to do it.
I heard that you have an upcoming match that's going to be your debut in Canada. Do you want to tell us something about that match?
So I have a match in Quebec this week, and I'm debuting at NSPW. I'm super excited about it. I've never been there. I'm wrestling Madison Mouse. I haven't wrestled her. I think she was 16 years old the first time I wrestled her.
Really?
We did a tour up in Nova Scotia. She's 18 now, so I'm going to beat her ass legally. I can't wait.
Perfect. Well, it was a pleasure talking to you. And is there anything else you want to say to our followers?
If you'd like to give me a follow, you can follow me on Twitter at Ray, R-A-Y _Lyn, L-Y-N, or on Instagram at Raystar5, RAYSTAR 5.
Thanks for watching. You can now buy Wrestling News exclusive t-shirts only on ProWrestlingTees.com. Please subscribe to the channel and buy our shirts to support us. Thank you.